Hi, fellow traders. Hope everybody had a good day today. We had an awesome day in chat. It was a free chat Monday. It's always a lot of fun. Always a lot of new people coming in wanting to see what we've got going on and how we do it in our community. So if you visited today, I hope you had a good time and I hope you keep in touch and join us for our next free chat. Eventually, you'll want to hang out so much you'll probably join and you can hang out with us every day. Today, this morning, only had one ticker on watch, and ironically, it was a ticker that I traded Friday. PRGO gave me a Grand Slam Friday, and I still left about 2 points on the table. So I wasn't going to do that today. I was going to make sure that I was careful with my covers and that I made sure I had enough left to try to take advantage of the whole move. So it was a gap down this morning. It hit my scan, and what I was looking at was I was looking for this to do the same thing it did Friday in pre-market. You see, it came down, lost this level, but then it started to push up, and I was going to actually go long, in pre-market and try to get this move and try to get more of it because it really looked good, but it never did materialize. You can see it traded in this channel from about 840 until open. It stayed between 104.87 and 106.08. So a little over $1, it stayed in that channel. And at the open, we got this nice candle here. It opened, sold off a little bit, then pushed right up into this resistance. So I was watching this to see, is it going to come back and test VWAP so that I can get an entry? And I would take it off VWAP versus waiting for the opening range breakout. Now, had I actually waited and taken this here, I still would have made some money, but I would have missed this big move up here. So when it opened and it came down and it tapped VWAP, I went ahead and got long, risking on the VWAP. Right here, 107.45. And it pushed up, and I took some off right here at this level, 108 and the 108.50s at 108.55. Because you didn't know if it was going to fail to push this level again. This candle did. This candle, may have failed too. But it didn't. It closed above it. This candle opened. We got a little bit of sell-off or dip between that level and the 20. But I felt this was strong enough support because you had the 20 moving average here and you had the 108.50 daily support here. So I really felt that would give it the support needed to push it up to this level here to 110. So my next cover, really should have held it to 110, but it didn't seem like it was going to quite make it. So I took some off here at 109.70, and we got the pullback to the 20, and then the next candle ran up, got 110, and I was out. That was my ultimate target. And sure enough, that's where it reversed and started to go back the other way. Now, I didn't take that reversal. I could have taken it on this candle right here and been, relatively safe, risking off of this level. But I didn't do it. I waited till it lost VWAP because, to be honest with you, I was waiting for it to test this level because you had the VWAP right here. You had the 9 and the 20. And I didn't think there was any way I could fade that. But it did. So luckily, I didn't get filled and it failed the VWAP. and I was able to turn around and short it. So that was my next trade. I was shorting the VWAP fade. The problem was this ticker was on SSR, and it's always a trick to get in. Now you can set a price above where it's trading and hope that it upticks and hits it, but I want to make sure that I get fill. And if I have to give up 10, 15 cents of profit just so I can get fill, then that's what I'm going to do. And that's exactly what happened. I got fill, and it was so far away from VWAP. All I could do was hold my 30-cent stop. And I got filled at 170, 107.66. VWAP was 108.16. So I couldn't quite hold it to VWAP. 30 cents was 196, so that was about as close as I could go, but it didn't test it. Never gave me any reason to even think about stopping out, and got to move down to 106.08. Did not let it get there, and really felt that I messed up when I did this. I took it off at 106.33, and because I didn't have any faith in it getting to 106.08, when you're doing this and you're holding and you're waiting for a level, you can't imagine the things that creep into your head, or you probably can if you trade, because you had these thoughts, and it's real difficult to try to convince yourself not to take profit, to just wait, even though it's hanging up a little bit. Wait, it has to come down. Well, it doesn't have to, but it's likely that it'll come down and tap this level and allow you to take profit. Well, it came down and tapped it, but I couldn't get fill. And then on this one, this candle open, started to sell off, and I finally did, get filled again here at 105.70, like around 105.70. So I had to quit cover here at 108.33. I mean 106.33, and then I had a little bit better. This probably equals it out, by me not covering, right on the level. But I felt pretty good because I was out half my position. I booked some decent profits here. I was thinking I had made about $2,000 there. I was thinking I made about $1,000 here. So I was feeling pretty good, and it allowed me to hold through this. And you can see it traded in this channel again, the same channel it traded in pre-market. It traded here and all through lunch. So of course I'm going to think this thing is going to push to the upside because it's doing just what it did pre-market. Well, it didn't. And luckily I held on. I was stuck to my plan that I was sticking to the 9 as my stop. And I went ahead. I caught it, faded this level, and I actually got filled here at 104.30. So by that time I was really in the money and really happy. So this was my next target. Now I was saying in chat 101.58 was my ultimate target. It came close here, but I didn't take it. Came close here a little bit, but I just felt it was going to go up and get stuffed and come back. I guess my nerves just got the best of me. This thing did close over the 9, but it didn't push to 20. And normally if the 9 and 20 are here together, I'll wait and to see if it breaks to 20. And I just didn't do it. Holding it this long time, really, it works with your nerves, it works with your emotions. And so I ended up closing the trade out here. Was a little bit early because it eventually made the fade I was looking for that last piece. and it actually just kept going. So I did leave some on the table again today, but I think I traded more of the move, this time than I did Friday. And then, this is somewhat unpredictable. It was a 50-50 chance whether this goes up or down. And if you guess right, you made bank. If you guess wrong, you got stopped out. But I was out. I had booked my day and I was done with everything. Um, so let's see. I did close my HUN swing. That's not the chart I want to see. And you can see this did not come back and reclaim this level like I had wanted it to. It opened, popped up a little bit, but then immediately started selling off. So I went ahead and took it off 1505. And so my covers was right here around 1520s. The first cover, the second cover was right here when it really couldn't push past and run back up. So I feel pretty good about this trade. Made some good money on it. It was an ideal setup for the swing trades that I look for, and I had patience. I traded it, using the daily chart. So I was pretty pleased with it. Now RY, I was set to take this off. I had the order out and was, pretty much said I had taken this thing off. But when I went to take it off, I was looking at the daily chart and I'm like, look, this thing, it still was a green candle and it was right here on support. It's not losing support. So this should be, held on to because this thing can gap up. The last time it made something similar to this, it popped up and it made this nice strong move up. So I'm kind of looking for it to possibly do the same thing. If it loses this level tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and take it off. But, so for right now, I'm holding on to it because I had an order set and ready, for it to hit. It didn't hit it. And I'm kind of glad it didn't because it's going to give me some time to, really see if this thing is going to bounce and build some momentum back up. Well, those were my trades from today. Hopefully we can get the same similar setup, similar moves tomorrow because this is how I like to trade a stock. I like to trade at the opening range, and then when it sets up to reverse, I like to take that trade because those are the two most volatile trades I can take all day. So, that's my take on it. Let me see. And I have this. Now, this number is going to change from today because I'll probably get a couple more fees tacked on. This is minus commissions and what the platform tells me I made. But once I see eyeballs tonight, this is gonna probably change a little bit. But this is by far the biggest day I've had this year. I've had, $3,500. But I don't have January up here yet. But this is by far the biggest day I've had this year. I've had a couple $3,000 days, and ironically, this is the same stock. So I made over $8,000 on one stock between Friday and Monday. And all of it was just due to patience, you know, identifying the set, building my watch list, identifying the setup, letting it come to me. You know, the only stress I had was trying to get in this trade, um, with SSR on. That was the only struggle I had trying to get short with SSR on. The rest of it was just no stress whatsoever, other than waiting at the end. That was it. So all in all, a great day. I'm hoping that tomorrow, brings another good day. But at this point, I don't care if I get zeros the rest of the week. My week is made, and I'm pretty pleased with how well I kept my head and my focus and just did what I had to do. So that's it for me for tonight. So everybody have a great evening, great night, or great morning, and we'll see everybody tomorrow in chat.